Hey guys, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. The morning started like any other in our sleepy little cul-de-sac. Birds chirped, sprinklers hissed, and neighbors waved politely while pretending not to really see each other. I was sipping my coffee on the porch when I noticed her. Karen. You know the type. Short, perfectly coiffed bob haircut, oversized sunglasses, clipboard in one hand, Starbucks in the other. She was making her rounds as self-appointed enforcer of our HOA's rules, scrutinizing every lawn like a hawk. Ever since I moved in 2 years ago, Karen seemed to take special joy in sending me reminders about things like my mailbox color or my recycling bins being visible. That morning, I had bigger things on my mind. Yesterday, I'd returned from court, where a long-standing property line dispute with my back neighbor finally ended. I'd won. The judge ordered me to post court notices along the property line until the survey crew arrived. They handed me official-looking neon orange and blue stickers, letters bold, warning, do not remove. So last night, in the dark, I walked the fence line, peeling and sticking every single notice exactly as ordered. My neighbor wasn't happy. Tough luck. This morning, watching Karen march straight toward my fence, I had a bad feeling. She stopped at one of the bright orange stickers, hands on her hips, made a little noise, something between disgust and indignation, and then, without hesitation, she peeled it right off. I nearly dropped my coffee. I bolted across the yard. "Hey!" I shouted. She froze halfway to the next sticker. The first one crumpled in her manicured fingers. "What are you doing?" I demanded. Karen raised her chin. "These things are an eyesore," she said, as if it was obvious. "I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is a violation of Section 3.2.1 of the HOA's Community Aesthetics Standards." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "That's a court-ordered notice," I said. She laughed. "Oh, sure. You can't just stick any ugly little sticker on your fence and claim it's court-ordered. We have standards here." I took a deep breath, trying to keep my cool. This was about to get uglier than any sticker. Karen stood there, hand poised to rip off the next sticker, corners of her mouth curling upward, clearly enjoying herself. I said slowly, my voice low, "Those stickers were issued by the county clerk's office. Part of a court order. Peel one more off and you're tampering with a legal notice." She gave me a look like I'd just told her I was a secret agent. "Oh, please don't be dramatic," she said. "I've been on the HOA board for 12 years. I know what's allowed and what isn't. Neon orange? Not allowed." Blood pressure rising, I pulled out my phone. Found the photo I took yesterday at the courthouse. Judge's signed order, bold letters about posting legal notices. I held it up. She glanced for 2 seconds, then waved it off. "This is private property. You agreed to the HOA charter. No stickers, no signs. Nothing this hideous." Jaw almost hit the lawn. "You don't outrank a judge," I said calmly. "The HOA doesn't outrank a judge. You know that, right?" She crossed her arms. "We have our own bylaws. If you don't like it, maybe you shouldn't live here." I hit record on my phone. "Go ahead. Say that again while you tear down a court-ordered notice. I'll send this straight to the judge." For the first time, Karen faltered. Her hand froze. She realized she was on video. "You're being ridiculous." She huffed, but dropped the sticker and took a step back. I kept recording as she sputtered. I'll bring it up at the next board meeting," she finally said, like that was some threat. "Do that. And maybe talk to a lawyer," I said. She glared, spun, stomped down the sidewalk, muttering about unsightly behavior and lack of community spirit. I turned back to my fence, smoothing the sticker. This wasn't over. By the time the HOA board meeting rolled around, word had spread like wildfire. Curious glances from neighbors, whispers, phones secretly recording. Karen was at the head of the table, flanked by 2 equally prim women and a man who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Smug smile, muttering under her breath. Meeting began. Pledge, boring budget updates. Then Karen announced, "We have an urgent matter regarding violations of the community aesthetic standards at Lot 14. All eyes turned to me. She launched into her speech, handing out photos she'd taken, pointing dramatically at each sticker. "These garish colors deface our harmonious community," she said, overacting with flair. I bit my tongue. Then I stood, folder in hand, and stepped forward. "Before you vote, take a look at these." I laid copies of the court order in front of each board member, signed and filed by the county judge. "These notices must remain posted until survey completion. Removing them could be contempt of court. Silence. Papers shuffling. One woman adjusted glasses and read. The man raised an eyebrow at Karen. Karen sputtered. Well, be that as it may. The aesthetic. I cut her off. It doesn't trump a court order. Are you volunteering to pay the fines if the judge finds out the notices were tampered with? Her face went pale. The woman in glasses cleared her throat. Lot 14 is in compliance, she said firmly. HOA cannot override a court order. Karen sat silently fuming. Little motion died without a second. A few days later, Saturday morning, a knock at the door. Sheriff's deputy, folded paper in hand. You've been served. Complaint from HOA, small claims lawsuit for unpaid fines, totaling over $1,500. Pure harassment. I called my attorney. We filed counterclaims for harassment, sought damages, and kept every bit of evidence. Court day arrived. Karen strutted in, pearls, clipboard, acting like she owned the place. Judge asked for her evidence. She had only HOA bylaws and photos. I handed my full packet. Judge read slowly, then looked up. These notices were issued under my order. Removing or interfering. Contempt of court. Defendant is not in violation. You owe him an apology. Karen's jaw dropped. Judge dismissed her claim, ordered her to pay my legal fees. Walking out, I smiled. Her power games were over. For now. So, what do you think? Confused Karen or completely in the wrong? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this crazy story, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking, hilarious HOA and Karen stories.